World of Wellness. I'm your host today, Jamie Dorley, with the co-host, the one and only Joe Messino. Good morning, Joe. How we doing today?
Good morning, James. Doing great. Friday, let's rile. We got to rile it up a little bit today. Rile it up.
Rile it up, growl it up.
I love Friday.
Grill it up.
Yeah,
fry it up. We're ready. So, happy Friday, everyone out there. We are live at the World of Wellness. This is Weiner Wellness Week number 99.
Boy, I can't believe it. It's 99 and the centennial is coming up next.
Right around the corner. So let's make sure we review a little bit of what are all the great things you can enjoy during a Weiner Wellness Week. Because a lot of people, first of all, people have been asking me, well, where do you go to get chiropractic now? I said, oh, the Wellness Center. Which one?
Which one?
The same one I've been going to for 15 years.
Yeah, exactly.
So are we open?
We're open, and, we're better than ever when it comes to chiropractic because we got two of the best. We've got the anchor, Dr. Gideon Orbach, celebrated his 20th year in as a chiropractor. Unbelievable. And then we got the new blood. Dr. Ross. I mean, come on. This is about the best of both worlds here. So all kinds of modalities, no matter what it is. Folks, chiropractic is not just for your joints. It's for your entire body.
It's not just for pain, right?
Right.
So they do a full body evaluation and a full body customized treatment program for you. So if you have anything structural or you just want to maintain a good structure, right? Because the best thing is prevention. Right. And if you have an issue, we can help you deal with it. So we have Doctors of Chiropractic. We have Jeff Nisnik here doing applied kinesiology. Someone asked me yesterday, well, when are you going to have somebody that does what Dr. Wani used to do with the allergy reversal? I said, we have him. Jeff Nisnik does allergy reversal treatments.
He's been having great success with them, Jamie, and we have people coming in giving testimonials about them all the time. So anything from, exterior and environmental allergies to food to pets, come on in and let Jeff
So come on down, folks. We're here. We are live all day until 5 p.m. We have free, healthy, organic food from 11 to 2. So make sure you get here early to enjoy the free, healthy, organic food right out front. We have the juice bar. Is the bar open, Bobby? Well, Joe, is the bar
Bobby must be at the bar.
Yes.
The bar's always open, as Bobby would say.
Come on down. We're going to do some of the incredible smoothies. We actually have a demo today at 1 p.m. How to become a member of the Shake a Day Club. Are we accepting new members?
We're always accepting new members. And you know what? We've got all kinds of new flavors for you to join.
Bobby, is the bar open?
Oh,
there we go. Right on cue. So we have incredible samples at the bar, including all the smoothies. We also have recipes, Joe. We've given out Grandma's recipes for the smoothies that people love. So,
the smoothies. And not to mention the creamy peanut butter cups and the all-healthy Rice Krispie treats, my favorite.
And then we have some new additions to the smoothie bar, like the nuts and more. People love this. This is a high quality, high protein, high good fat, natural nut butter, and they're flavored. So what's your favorite flavor of nuts and more?
By far, the nut and honey. That's the one. That's the one. Nut and honey.
So we got the honey. We have chocolate chip. I've seen birthday cake over there. Caramel salty pretzel. I mean, there's all types of different flavors, or the original like we like is honey. So you can try those out. You can try out the smoothies. You can get the recipes to make protein bars and healthy snacks at home, because sometimes maybe you just want a little treat. I tell you what, those peanut butter, chocolate peanut butter treats, they take the edge off.
Yeah.
If you want a little snack, after dinner at night, rather than eating something bad or, feeling like you're totally deprived, you can have one of those. They have good, healthy fats, good, healthy fiber, good, actual protein in them. And how they taste.
They're delicious. And it passed the kid test, folks. So if you're thinking, my kids, I don't know, something healthy, forget about it. It passed the kids test multiple times here. So let's try it. We got the recipes for you printed out.
So we're open all day. If you'd like to come on down, you qualify for really excellent savings across the board on everything. So it depends on the formulation of the product, but a lot of great discounts this week. And, of course, we're giving out the free swag bags. These are great wellness bags that you can take with you. They are recyclable cloth bags that look really
really
nice. So a lot of people actually bring them back to shop with.
Right.
And we're going to have a little special if you bring yours back for the holidays.
Oh, we are.
Yes. In addition, you get them loaded with all types of wellness samples.
Yes.
And the great thing is that you can use them. You can give them to your family, friends, or, why not give the gift of health to somebody? Maybe someone, is suffering from sleep issues, right?
Sure. I mean,
What
who
could you
isn't?
do?
There's most people are suffering from, it's now a matter of who isn't suffering from sleep issues, right? Stress is just destroying sleep.
So in the wellness swag bags, we have things like sleep time.
Perfect.
We have excellent transdermal cream samples, right?
Mm-hmm.
These usually retail for $20. We give them for free. And the nice thing is if you have any localized pain,
Oh, yeah.
you can use it. Have you tried the transdermal CBD cream?
I love it. And I'll tell you, like if I'm traveling on a plane, you're sitting a long time, maybe the knees get a little stiff, just rub it on. And, it's transdermal. It gets directly into the bloodstream. You rub it in, and it's going to give you some immediate relief. Love it.
So the nice thing with the transdermal cream is it takes the edge off within 5 minutes. You do have to rub it in for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, got to rub it in.
But it works great, very safe and effective. And usually people are shocked at the results they get on something like that.
Yeah, they are, because you know why? They're used to topicals, James. This is not a topical. It's transdermal, so learn the difference. Topical stays on the skin. Transdermal gets into the blood.
Yeah, and we have some topicals also, the BioFreeze or the China Gel, and those are nice to take the edge off on the external. But as we're going to talk about today, sometimes the inflammation is deep internally, and those topicals just don't do it
Right.
or do it at a deeper level. So we're live today. You can participate live. We got some seats available in the studio audience. How much is it to get into the Wellness Week, Joe?
Oh, I think it's that favorite number of ours, 0.0. Doesn't cost you a thing. You don't have to be a patient. You don't even have to already be a customer. All you got to do is come on in, be a friend.
Yeah, somebody said to me, do you know this woman came in and she ate and got a swag bag and didn't buy anything? I said, good.
Good.
Yeah. At
Good.
least she got a healthy meal. Maybe
That's
she didn't
right.
have a healthy meal earlier. So we're here as a community wellness center. We want to bring the community together. So if you want to come down and get a free meal and check us out, you're more than welcome. You want to come down, watch a workshop, pick up some literature, try a free smoothie, get some samples. Is that okay?
It sure is. We want you to get the samples because we want you to try it. And once you try it, you're going to see the difference, and then you're going to be a customer.
Yeah, our whole purpose here at World of Wellness is to make the world healthy, and we want you to have a wellness experience. So if you think back in our career, right, we're going way back, right? We're going way back. And,
can.
if you look at what's the first thing you did, for me to get into wellness was I started working out with my brother at 9 years of age. He's 5 years older. I wanted to hang out with the older guys. So they said, if you can lift that, you can hang out. So I got into weightlifting. That was my first experience. And if I fast forward all those years, you add on more things that are in your wellness program, right? How about yourself?
Well, I played sports my whole life too, but it wasn't until my venture into the martial arts when I opened a studio that I actually started selling vitamins and taking them in the studio to enhance health. Yeah.
Yeah, so it may start out with the workout or martial arts. It may go into a vitamin. It may go into deep breathing, prayer, meditation, yoga, Pilates, organic foods, chiropractic, massage. There's so many things as part of a wellness program. When you start listing them,
Yeah.
it's like, they're all so healthy. So it's like a snowball, right?
And don't you wish you'd have known about chiropractic when you were like a teenager?
Well, I did know
You
about it,
did?
but I said
You
I
never
didn't get in
did
a
it.
car accident. Yeah, I thought it was only if you were in a car accident.
Oh, okay.
Now I know years later it could be for anything,
Anything, right.
And that's the whole idea of having a wellness week is you have a positive wellness experience. Maybe you want to do some testing. We have the Oligo scan, the Zyto, applied kinesiology, KBMO. So there's so many ways to participate, but the ultimate goal is to make you and your world healthy. And when we do that, we want to look at the underlying causes. So today we have some incredible speakers. Of course, 9 o'clock is me and you.
Yeah.
We're warming up the crowd. At 10 o'clock, we have Big Mac.
Big Mac Haynes.
And this guy, this young gentleman is on his way up. He's a fantastic presenter, a wealth of knowledge. He comes from an incredible team at Immunolin, which is a patented research trademarked IgG. And we learned yesterday from talking to James White about the testing with the IgG, which is more of the, short mediated, sensitivity.
Yes.
Where the IgG is a full reaction. So the IgG formula that we carry from Nutritional Frontiers has published studies on over 45 autoimmune and GI conditions, including things like C. diff, IBS, IBD, Crohn's, colitis, things that normally when you get, they're told it's genetic, it's not your fault, and there's no cure.
Yeah, the two things they love in allopathic in the allopathic world is it's genetic or it's autoimmune. There's really not much you can do about it.
Well, we're going to have Mac Haynes on to show you some of the 45 published research studies. So we didn't stop there, of course, right?
That's right.
Because, it's a nice way to start out with Mac, and then we want to continue the theme throughout the day. So at 1 o'clock today, we're going to do some really cool demos, right? So what are demos on today on the Shake a Day Club, correct?
Yep, Shake a Day Club today. Absolutely. But then we also have our buddy Todd
Parker. So we're going to start with us today at 10 o'clock, Mac Haynes. At 11 o'clock, we have our resident nutritionist and applied kinesiologist, Jeff Nisnik, going to talk about the underlying cause, inflammation, right? How inflammation, which is a natural, healthy reaction, can really snowball out of control.
Exactly. See, that's the thing that most people don't get. Inflammation is a natural reaction. If you get injured, your body uses inflammation to protect that injured area to allow the healing. But that's acute inflammation. It's the long-term systemic inflammation.
And then at 12 o'clock, we have world omega expert, Todd Parker. He's been working with our team at Nutritional Frontiers and the World of Wellness. God, me and him go back over 20 years working together. He's a fantastic supplier of not only knowledge and education, but the supply of our actual formulations, our omega-3D, our SPMs. So Todd's very generous with his knowledge and wealth of information. He works with Dr. Jorn Dyerberg, which most people never heard of. Dr. Dyerberg is actually called the father of fish oil. He's a cardiologist that has been studying fish oil since 1971.
What's the number on those studies?
Over 450 published studies.
Wow. Okay.
Peer-reviewed
science,
journals.
Folks. There's the science.
And the great thing is that, that's the people on our team that we're working with. And, well, why fish oil? Because that's really the cornerstone of where inflammation begins and ends, because all your cells are saturated, they should be saturated with omega-3s, right? And what happens when people age, Joe?
Well, it starts to deteriorate, just like everything else in your body. This process of aging can be very detrimental if you don't allow your body to have the nutrients it needs.
And the World of Wellness is a quick review. We are a family-owned, faith-based, mission-driven Pittsburgh company. This is where we see patients and clients. You can call and make an appointment. Are we accepting new patients, Bobby? This guy, man, I tell you what, right on cue. So we're always accepting new patients. So you may have to wait.
When we go on the road, we need to take him for the audience stimulation. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we are accepting new patients, chiropractic, nutrition, massage therapy. And we customize the program for you. It's not a cookie cutter, is it, Joe?
No, not at all. And health should never be a cookie cutter approach. It should be tailored to you, your lifestyle, and everything about your conditions.
So what do? Well, we have education. The best thing is to set up an account here, right?
Oh, yeah.
You can do so when you come in. You can do so as a patient. What about on our new website? What's the website address?
Oh, WOW PGH, wowpgh.com.
So all you need to do is go to wowpgh.com, log in the first time. People have been asking, why do we have to log in? That way you have full access to all the formulations. This is done to help expand what you can purchase and participate with. So we have all the great brands, on there. We have all the great personal hygiene items, right? Snacks, infrared saunas, all kinds of stuff. So go to wowpgh.com and sign up for an account. Also, someone asked me, well, how come you're not on the radio anymore?
Well, we are.
Yeah. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Right.
Go to khbradio.com. That's khbradio.com or 6:20 in the a.m. But what I heard even better was from a gentleman that's still here this morning was he said, I've been streaming and listening to you on my phone in my car.
Excellent. That's exactly
that
what
is the
you
whole
should be
goal
doing.
because then you can listen from anywhere.
Right.
You don't have to listen to any commercials.
Nope.
Right?
No.
You
no
never lose
commercials.
signal.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're really brave, you want to watch us, you can too, because we do a lot of streaming.
Yeah, just don't watch us in the car.
Yes. So set up the account. You don't need this up. How can they watch us or listen to us anyway?
Yeah, it's
Joe?
real simple. You got 2 avenues, 4 options. It's either on Facebook, World of Wellness Facebook page, or Nutritional Frontiers Facebook page, or YouTube. Again, World of Wellness or Nutritional Frontiers.
Pull out the cell phone. I know everyone has one. How do I know? When I'm out and about, I see everyone on their phone.
Right.
I saw somebody walking the other day at the airport on their phone.
Oh, the airport's the worst. I know.
I got to dodge them because they're walking right at me. So I caught myself. So not a good idea. But it is a good idea to pull out the phone, go to Facebook, look up World of Wellness, Nutritional Frontiers. Very similar content, but a little bit different.
Right.
NF is more business to business. World of Wellness is business to consumer. But you can't lose either way.
No.
Go to YouTube and do the same thing.
Go to YouTube and do the same thing. You know, some people say, I don't want a Facebook account. Okay, go to YouTube. Free, easy, simple, and all of the workshops are there.
So those are many ways you can participate. Watch the videos, listen to our streams, come to the Wine and Wellness Weeks, become a patient, come on down. So many ways you can participate with us. There's Dr. Orbach celebrating 20 years of practice, and then there's the future Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
Someone says, you know Dr. Phil? I says, yeah. The one on TV? I go, yes, the real Dr. Phil.
The one that gets results. Folks.
Exactly.
This guy, yeah.
So we have a full line of formulations, not only from Nutritional Frontiers, but many companies. If you don't see it here, we do accept special orders.
Sure, absolutely.
We are bringing in new formulas,
Order
new
it for you.
products, books we're bringing back out. So a lot of great things we're bringing out. There's my background. If you don't know me by now, you will soon. But actually celebrating 31 years being in the wellness field. So going way back to 1990, Joe.
1990.
So let's just do a quick review on Nutritional Frontiers. We are a USA FDA registered company.
Right. And that means that the FDA can inspect. They don't approve or anything. They just inspect. But we're under that umbrella.
And all the formulas are made in the USA. So where are they made, Joe?
Right here in the United States of America, folks. Every single one.
Do we
of them.
make anything in China?
No, we don't.
Where do we make everything?
Right here,
USA.
USA.
We also give you a 100% money back guarantee.
Yes.
So if it's a quality issue, we need to know. But if not, bring it in. If you're a healthcare professional, we do an exchange. And then everyone talks about quality, right? The difference is really with the research. So we are one of the few, if not the only one, that has actually the distribution channel and the wellness center. And we focus on, by choice, no toxic ingredients. What are the toxic ingredients that we do not utilize? What are some examples?
Well, we don't use anything artificial. Not a color, not a flavor, not a preservative, nothing. No flavors, no colors, no preservatives.
What about artificial flavoring?
None. Absolutely zero. Every single ingredient we use is 100% natural.
And we give you different delivery system options, right?
Yes.
Do you like big horse pills?
Nah. Not at all. Don't
Nobody
like them.
does.
Nobody does.
Except the companies that make them because they're
Yeah,
cheaper to
because
make.
they're cheap.
We don't use big horse pills. In fact, we give you multiple delivery system options. I love to make a smoothie. How about yourself?
I love the powders and liquids, and I love the chewables too. You know, I mean, these are so easy to use, and they're assimilated so much faster.
Right. So it's all about maximizing your compliance, give you the best results and the best value. And we're here to improve your results, regardless if you're a healthcare professional or a patient. So we look at chronic inflammation. What's the underlying cause of all chronic disease, Joe?
Inflammation is the underlying cause. And what causes inflammation? Well, here it is.
Well, the first thing is foods,
Yeah.
right? I was talking to a couple of clients yesterday, and, he was struggling a little bit with neuropathies. And I asked if he's on any medication. He said no. I asked him again. He said, well, blood pressure, cholesterol.
See, they have them convinced that that's not even a medication
No, it
anymore.
doesn't even count, right?
Yeah.
So we started looking at the food, and he says, well, I have cereal every day for breakfast. But it's an old cereal. It's really good.
Oh.
And I says, I remember Dr. Weiner would say, the box has more fiber and nutrients than the cereal does.
Than the cereal, right.
Folks,
Cardboard with sugar and milk. Yeah.
So we got to get away from we think of as healthy food, because a lot of this is actually pro-inflammatory junk,
Yes.
not food.
Yes.
So right away we got to start with food.
Yeah.
And I know breakfast is really tough because people tend to do bagels and toast and muffins and waffles and pancakes and these breakfast bars and even juice or fruit. These all could be a little pro-inflammatory because they're loaded with sugars, right? So we like a more balanced breakfast. And that if you're doing intermittent fasting, that's fine. Whatever your first meal of the day is.
Your breakfast. That's right. Break the fast. That's what it's all about.
And I like to have the smoothie. Why the smoothie?
Because it gets you the most concentrated amount of nutrients in the easiest package. Simplest, easiest package. All the nutrients you need, 90 essential nutrients. If you use this particular smoothie, our favorite, Power Cleanse and Proline Greens, everything is there. It's the most nutrient-dense meal of your day.
And let's talk about, we got a great call on the way. Joe picked me up. I had to drop my car off this morning. Second time at the, the mechanic.
They'll get it right this time.
Yeah, it's okay. Give them a couple shots, Just like the medical doctors. They get hundreds of chances to fix you over the years.
Yeah, they do.
So Joe picked me up, and then my phone rang, so I had it on speaker. It's one of our favorite clients out of New York, and he actually won World's Greatest Trainer in 1999, and he's actually working with
a famous race car driver, right? Yeah. I mean, this guy he's actually competed in these, and what we found out today, Formula One, we actually found out that the Formula One race is like a 5-day event in the preparation to the end of the race.
I love when people, they're just driving and making left turns.
Yeah, oh no.
So he said there's 4 days of practice. And what was the temperatures he was describing inside the car?
Incredible. 130 degrees inside the car, right?
Yeah. And at times it goes up to 160 when all the pressure. He said the part I never thought of, he's pushing 4 and 5 Gs.
Yes. Yeah, this is like going up into space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said that he's tried a lot of products over the years, and what did he notice?
Well, he didn't notice anything over the years until he tried this, right? And now what he's doing is he's doing the Power Cleanse and the greens, and he's also doing, which I love, the purples. And you know what he said? He goes, it just makes me feel more alert. And we went, yeah, you know why?
I think that would be important at driving 150 miles an hour
my
plus
God.
around the track. I mean, some of these cars get up to 200 miles an hour in the Indy racing, right? And what he said was he noticed when he stopped taking them how effective they were for focus, concentration, mental endurance. He says, because that's the first thing that goes when you're pushing those speeds and the precision, the thought processing. He said, you're processing so much coming at you so quickly. A lot of people may not realize the amount of mental energy that's required to drive one of these race cars.
Not only that, these guys are premier athletes. They are extreme athletes. And this is something that I just learned not too long ago. I told you in the car, when I was, in Sports Center, when they were covering racing, I'd say, why are they covering racing? But my God, what it takes, they are like extreme athletes or triathletes to do this.
Yeah, and they're doing this for 2-3 hours at a time.
Yeah.
Right? So the amount of heat.
And what did he say today? He said, it's like you do a marathon, and then in a couple of days later, you're doing another one.
Yeah, he equated it to doing a marathon 4 or 5 days in a row, depending on how many warm-ups they get, right?
Wow.
So that's his protocol. He actually uses the purples before the race with the Power Cleanse, the brain boost he really loves a lot. And he was trying to figure out, well, how do these all work together? And we explained. And now he's going to introduce this program to all the other drivers out there, at least on his own team.
On his team, right.
On his team, right? So when we talk about inflammation, we always talk about food first. And we look at cleansing. I think a lot of people take this a little bit out of context because it's not as if you just start a cleanse and end the cleanse. Your body's detoxifying in a healthy way 24/7, 365 because the body's solution to pollution is dilution.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're holding a lot of water in these cells, it's because your body's trying to dilute them. So what we like to do is have a strategy in place where not only can you address the toxins, but have an effective mechanism of action that actually fulfills not one phase, but how many phases?
4 for 4 phases of detoxification.
Not one, but 4. We need to make sure we are completing these because they're all nutrient dependent, Joe. And what happens if you're lacking nutrients in any one of these phases?
Well, then the phase is not complete if it even exists at all.
And then the body recirculates the toxins,
Right.
stores them in places we don't want. And then somebody says, oh, I don't have mental energy. Oh, my skin's breaking out. Oh, I can't lose the last 10, 15, 20, or maybe more pounds. Oh, my digestion is really poor, right? He even mentioned the one product did what to him?
I don't know if I can say that, but it made him constipated, right? As what?
He said very constipated, yeah. So it was interesting.
interesting,
He said
yeah.
the one powder he was using, very constipated, which is not very pleasant
No.
when you're driving in a
Oh,
car
God,
or
can you
anywhere.
imagine? I bet the opposite is bad when you're in those cars, too.
So let's look at some of the causes, right? So we're not here, of course, to promote the vaccine,
No.
right? We're just going to give you some of the facts. This young woman, 83 years old, got the vaccine. She was on no medications before, Joe. We just saw one of the famous hip-hop stars, Coolio, dropping this week from a cardiac event.
Cardiac
We'll
event.
just leave it at
Very
that.
sudden. Yeah.
So this is happening to a lot of people, and let's make sure you have a plan in place. So this woman got the vaccine. Her liver enzymes went from about 100 to 6,215.
It's incredible. I mean, I don't even know how she was still alive at that point. Right? Barely.
Right? Diagnosed with myocarditis and said it had nothing to do with the shot you just got. So we put her on the cleanse, the power cleanse in the greens, walking again, moved back home, energy levels are up. And lo and behold, her enzymes that were at 6,215 went back to 70.
That range is probably something that should be broadcast across every media to see that kind of a change.
We are broadcasting for every media.
Almost every media.
Yeah, we're not going to be on
right?
some of the news channels.
No, we're not.
We're not going to be on
I mean,
Wall Street
and look at
Journal,
what
New
was
York
happening
Times.
here, Jamie. Her liver was working so hard to process these foreign things in her body, and we gave it the nutrients it needs to bring it back down.
Gentleman came in yesterday, I believe, and he had his blood work, and his CK levels were at 3,200. I said, did you get any shots recently? Yeah, pneumonia and COVID. I said, and then this happened? He goes, yes. So, folks, we're just presenting what's going out there. So we are live at the World of Wellness at 2419 Baldwick Road. I'm your host of the Wine and Wellness Week number 99, Jamie Dorley, with the co-host, Joe Messino. You can come in today and take full advantage of the free, healthy, organic food from 11 to 2. What about smoothies today, Joe?
The bar's open. The smoothies will be here, and we'll be demonstrating for you how to make them at 1 o'clock.
So you can come down and check it out. We also have workshops all day. We're kicking it off talking about the underlying cause of all chronic disease, which is inflammation. At 10 o'clock, we got Big Mac Attack. Who's on?
Oh, Mac Haynes is going to be here, folks, to tell you all about what's going on in your gut, how you can address it, and reverse all of these situations.
So
IBS,
he's gonna present
IBD, you name it.
published, peer-reviewed journal research on all the chronic autoimmune conditions.
Right.
Over 45 studies. And the great thing about the IgG from Nutritional Frontiers that Mac is involved with the formulation is that all the studies run 6 weeks or less.
Yes.
So it
A
works
short
quick
time. Quick and fast.
and that's what we like. So it's more of a short to midterm formulation. It works great with the GI Complete. It's a nice bundle, and I'm going to go over it because the GI Complete actually has an ingredient called DMG.
Oh,
You down with DMG?
I am down with DMG. Dimethylglycine is darn mighty good.
And 5 U.S. patents, including my favorite one, the one on modulating immune response and for the treatment of inflammatory disease on rheumatoid arthritis. And if someone's diagnosed with RA, what do they normally tell them?
Nothing you can do about it. We'll just try to mask the pain for you.
They're right. There's nothing they can do about it.
Right.
Just like my car, if they don't fix it, go
Somebody
back
else
one more
will.
time. If not, someone else will. And Max can do that 10 or 11 o'clock. We have resident nutritionist here and applied kinesiologist Jeff Nisnik talking about natural anti-inflammatories. Well, here we go. Teed it right up for you, Joe.
There you go. Perfect.
Let's hear about X-Flame, which is one of our favorite natural anti-inflammatories. This goes back to the pain release clinic.
Yeah.
We had the creselazine that's in the X-Flame in an orange box, and we did 288 case studies at the old pain release clinic.
That's right.
And we achieved over 80% reduction in pain and swelling. We're able to increase mobility and, most importantly, decrease the need of over-the-counter pain meds.
Right. X-Flame has been long-standing here. I mean, we used originally the creselazine by itself. That is a component of X-Flame now. All right? So it's not just the creselazine, which is great in and of itself, a combination of fatty acids and amino acids, but it also adds two other mechanisms, herbal and antioxidant.
What if you have inflammation and also another disease state such as diabetes? This young woman came in to see me a few years ago. She was suffering with type 2 diabetes, blood sugars in the 250 to 300 range, H1C approaching 8, 9, 10. And more importantly, the cellulitis, the chronic inflammation in her foot was really affecting her activities of daily living, including her career. She was a teacher and couldn't walk well. Had to take a leave of absence. She was in tears in my office. So first thing we did is work on her emotional wellness with some deep breathing. We wrote down the problem. When you write down the problem, it's half solved. We got our team together with Dr. Orbach, of course, to work on the chiropractic component because when she was able to walk well, her gait was off over time. And that usually will complicate through other issues. So I know a lot of times just by walking in to see Dr. Orbach or Dr. Phil, they know what's going on just by looking at your gait. Right?
Yes, absolutely.
So, your one leg is a little longer than the other, your hips are out, whatever it may be. So we got her in to see Doc. Morning, Doc. There he is.
I think you just uncovered one of his secrets. You know, when Doc takes his patients back to the room, he always walks behind them just to take a look and see what's going on. Is that one of your secrets, Doc?
There we go. Secrets revealed. So the great thing is they customize the program. So we work in concert as a team. And my component of the teamwork was I was going to help her with a diet, right? So we put her on what I call a low glycemic. It's just a low sugar diet, folks, right? So all the processed carbs, the processed sugars we eliminated, right? We got her off of creamers and dairy products because they create inflammation.
Absolutely.
And the struggle for her was, well, how do I start my day? Simple. Do you like orange dreamsicles? She goes, well, I don't know. I said, give me 2 minutes. I'm going to go mix one up. So I took the Super Shake vanilla and a scoop of oranges and made. So why the oranges with the Super Shake for a diabetic?
Because the oranges have nutrients in them that will help regulate blood sugar and insulin production in the body.
And the reason I love the shakes, folks, is we know exactly what's in it. They are nutrient dense. Don't look at the calories. What do you want to count, Joe?
You want to count chemicals, not calories. You cannot eat a calorie.
Thanks, Dr. Tracy Straub, for
Yes.
helping us because it was a big paradigm shift for our
Yeah.
team because people are focused on calories.
Yes.
Well, calories don't really matter, right?
No.
Because it's hard to overeat from good, healthy vegetables, right?
That's right.
I mean, how much broccoli can someone eat?
Yeah, you can't.
So-
Yeah, that's not about calories, folks.
We
'cause
want nutrient dense. And when you get
Dense.
into Super Shake, is quality protein, quality fats, good fibers, right? How much sugar's in Super Shake?
0.0, our favorite number.
So we put her on that. We added in glucose as a nutraceutical to help the body become more sensitive to insulin and really to help up those very stubborn cell walls and those receptor sites so we get the sugar inside the cell in the mitochondria so it can be burned for energy. Folks, that's why the sugar's circulating in the bloodstream. There's too much and you can't get it inside the cells.
Correct.
So these all help the cells improve the ability to get the sugar inside to be burned. So when you're burning more sugar, how do you feel?
You feel great. You feel strong, energetic. Exactly.
So we put her on this program, And after 8 weeks, her blood sugar was cut by almost 50%.
Now, that's a major, major statistical change. Exactly.
We always look for about 10% improvement.
Yes.
And, you know, her weight dropped 22 pounds.
And that's good, healthy weight loss. Exactly.
Absolutely. More importantly is that her sugars were down, right? Going the wrong way here. Here we go. Her sugars were down, and her A1C was down. And over a course of about 4 months, her cellulitis went down to the point she could put her shoes back on. She could go back to work, and she was in
How
tears
was her
now.
mood at that point?
Tears of pain went to tears of joy.
Right.
And that was only within 4 months. A lot of results were in the first 2 months.
And you know what? Sometimes people look at 4 months and they think, 4 months? Well, compared to your lifetime, 40 years, yeah, it's a very short time.
Well, if you started 4 months ago, which was what, May, June, you'd be there.
Right.
And the great thing is she got results right away. These are just the total results she got. The other thing was the fish oil. So why fish oil, Joe? What is the anti-inflammatory component of fish oil?
Yeah, you have the two components are EPA and DHA. They're the powerful part of the fish oil, and the EPA is especially powerful, keeping the pro-inflammatory markers down.
Well, and that's one of the main things that modulates inflammation, right, in the body. It becomes part of every cell wall. You ever heard of fish oil being good for joint health?
All the time.
What about heart?
Absolutely. You need it for the heart, every major organ in the body.
Brain?
Absolutely. The whole brain is 70% fat.
Oh, so when someone calls me fathead, they're
That's
right?
a compliment.
Oh, I always take the compliment somewhere in there. But yeah, these are every cell membrane in your body. In fact, if we look way back to 1995, this is from the Journal of American Medical Association. Is that a reputable, peer-reviewed journal?
One of the most reputable, yes.
Yeah, it's the gold standard. And what they did was a study look at your cell membrane and the concentration of omega-3s, right? And what they found is that when that concentration improves to about 10%, the cells become so hydrated from a raisin to now a grape, the cells work better, intracellular communication is improved, inflammation is cooled down, and lo and behold, their conclusion was omega-3s reduce the risk of heart attacks by up to 90%.
90%.
Joe is speechless.
Yeah. What can you say about that? Why isn't everybody doing this?
No need to test. Dr. Michael Wald presented to our team and a group of about 100 doctors a few years ago. He says, if you tested and you were low, what would you do?
If you tested and you were low, nobody knew what to do back then, right? But now we know what to do. All you have to do is take omega-3 fatty acids on a daily basis at the lowest recommended dosage on our bottle.
Yeah.
That's
2
it.
a day.
2 a day.
And if you test and your numbers are good, what do?
Keep doing it.
Oh, so the solution's the same. You take them.
Yeah, just take them.
However, not all fish oil is created the same.
That's right.
So let's look at one of these brands. You ever seen this brand? Kirkland.
Oh, yeah.
Where does this go?
Yeah, I think that's the Costco brand.
I think Pauline and her team would put this in the basket of shame.
Yes, they would.
Because they say 1,000 milligrams of fish oil. That sounds really cool, right, Joe?
Yeah.
Until we look at the concentrations of, what were those two?
EPA and DHA.
Oh. So when you buy this brand, I know back in school, right? 30% was what?
Failing.
Yeah, and my dad would get the belt out, right? I know you can't. I'm sorry, you can't do that anymore. But 30% was an F.
Yeah.
What was 60%?
But you're still not passing.
F.
Yes.
What about 90%?
Now you're getting there.
So, just like in school, you want 90%, folks. And that's what you're not getting with Kirkland. You're getting 30%.
Right. And this is the most common mixture out there, Jamie. We call it the 1812 or the 180-120 mixture. And it's really 300 milligrams of the active. Don't look at that 1,000. Look at the active.
Do we sell toasters at the World of Wellness?
No, I don't think so.
No? Good. And they shouldn't be selling fish oil. Buyer beware, folks, because the most expensive formula is which one?
The ones that don't work. The ones that are
make you more toxic,
makes you more toxic.
So let's look at the label from Nutritional Frontiers. Oh, here we go. Lo and behold, per one, over 90% in the soft gel.
Right.
So these are triple strength compared to Kirkland. So are they triple the price?
Nope. Nope. But that one is, you'd have to buy 3 bottles of that, and now you're talking about expensive.
Absolutely. And if you want to do the liquid, you're getting triple strength of triple strength, 3 times 3.
Ooh, that's why it's our favorite.
Yes. So 1 teaspoon, you get almost 3 grams. That's 10 times the amount in one of their soft gels.
That's right. And 2 to 4 grams is that magic range for anti-inflammatory action.
So the other component we're looking at is, we got the SPMs, right? And SPMs are really key because this is a concentration of the omega-3s, right? When we look at SPMs, this is probably one of the biggest game changers in the field of nutrition and wellness and functional medicine in the last 20 years. If you go to PubMed.com and you type in SPM and the C word, COVID, what pops up?
2,000 published studies
On the benefits.
on the benefits of it, right? That's why it's the anchor of our alphabet soup protocol from Dr. Tracy and Dr. Judy.
And let me give you a couple highlights of all the research that Dr. Tracy and Dr. Judy and Dr. Len did of looking at and combing through these thousands of studies. High sensitivity C-reactive protein, what's that a marker of?
Inflammation, plain and
Okay.
simple. And inflammation in the body, C-reactive protein,
And
right?
cardiovascular risk
yes,
factors, right?
of course. It's
So
the biggest
as
one.
the CRP goes up, risk factors of strokes,
Yep.
heart attack, blood clots all
Yep.
go up. So in 2 soft gels a day, in only 4 weeks, we're able to reduce the C-reactive protein by 43%.
Major. That's a major, major reduction because now you're addressing the single most important cause of disease in the body.
What about PGE2, prostaglandin 2, a pro-inflammatory marker, normalized within 4 weeks? Oh, and for fibrinogens, right? This is
Fibrinogens.
closely associated with stroke risk,
Yes,
right?
correct.
Those were reduced in 8 weeks, folks. This is on 2 per day. I actually recommend the first bottle do 6 a day.
That's right.
Second bottle, 5 a day. Third bottle, 4 a day. And then we look at the results. And a good maintenance dose would be 2 a day. And then at some point, maybe you don't need it, right?
Another one of those nutrients that when you start taking it, you start to, it's noticeably feel a little different, feel a little better. And then if you stop before you should, all those little aches start to come back.
Oh, absolutely. And talking of pain, right? You can cut pain by about 30% just by using the SPMs alone. Now, we like to
right.
bundle with the X-Flame, right, and the shake, but SPMs and X-Flame, excellent manager of inflammation. The key on any formula, including the SPM, is the quality control. So why do we go all the way to Germany, Joe?
Well, look, we want the highest possible pharmaceutical grade. And that term, pharmaceutical grade, that's all that really means. It's the highest quality that can be attained because of these stringent factors they have to attain to.
So you need the technology, you need the equipment, you need the experience, because we're trying to get out these really delicate concentrations of fish oil, and you need that type of experience to do this. Plus, we utilize supercritical CO2 extraction, which is high pressure gas. So no chemicals going in, no chemicals coming out. And if that's not enough, when we're done, we do a third-party independent test. What does that mean?
All right, so when you do a third-party test, that means you're sending it to a lab that has no interest on whether it passes or fails. It's just doing the test itself and reporting the results. And that's the best unbiased test you can do.
Well, that's fantastic because we've gotten great results. We've gotten some new testing equipment that shows our SPMs are actually higher than we even originally thought. We incorporate all 3. In fish oil, it's EPA, DHA, and the SPM, it's 14, 17, and 18. And it's another example of our biohackers. So we're excited here at the World of Wellness. We have the Wine and Wellness Week number 99 going on this week. We're here live until 5 p.m. Some incredible speakers. The 9 o'clock ones are awesome. 10 o'clock, we have Big Mac Haynes talking about autoimmune and IgG. At 11 o'clock, we have resident clinical nutritionist Jeff Nisnik talking about natural anti-inflammatories. At 12 o'clock, the roundtable, Todd Parker, yours truly, and Joe Messino are going to take a deep dive at the cellular level of the underlying cause of all chronic disease, which is cellular inflammation. And at 1 o'clock, we have a lot of fun doing the Shake-A-Day demos today.
Yeah, we'll have audience participation in that demo, so that'll be fun. Come on down.
So come on now, folks. We're live. If you can't participate live, what's the phone number to call, Joe?
Give us a call at 412-922-9355 or 412-922-WELL.
And what about if they can't make it in and they want to order online?
You can order
What's the
online.
new website?
Wow, WOWPGH.com. It sounds like a TV station, doesn't
And when
it?
you get to the TV station / website, please log in. Give you access to all the great formulas. So thanks so much from our team here at World of Wellness. Joe, thank you for doing a great job today and all week. Any parting shots for all of our studio guests?
The same one, James. You keep that attitude of gratitude. We promise you, you will live long and prosper.
Well, thanks so much. Appreciate they always say hold the applause to the end. So this is the end.
This is the end.
My friend, thank you. Have a great day. God bless.